Brakati Hawu, Brakati Awashai, Brakati Hawu, Brakati Awashai. Shoot, bear with me, Slakia. Brakati Hawu, Brakati Awashai, Brakati Hawu, Brakati Awashai, Brakati Hawu, Brakati Hawu, Bashim Awashai, Bashim Hakodash. The belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Under Priest Shaban. This week's topic is going to be entitled We Fully Hate Esau. Okay, why am I doing this lesson? A member from the IUIC says, look, we can't fully hate Esau, right? Because, you know, you smile at him and you say have a good day and what have you. So we can't fully hate Esau. And then he goes on to bring out some scripture saying that, you know, it's a different hatred between us and the Most High. No, look, that's complete bullshit. We fully hate Esau. Why? Because the Most High fully hates Esau. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. And first of all, the scriptures in the book of Ezekiel, the 35th chapter, lets you know that the so-called white man has a perpetual hatred against you. Esau and Edomites have a perpetual hatred against Jacob. So for you to say we can't fully hate the so-called white man, you must be out your mind, or you took that purse you sold out, which is my conclusion from that. Because if you look at the IUIC, they're slowly becoming more and more tangent of what it means to be a Hebrew Israelite. They incorporate a lot of Christian dogma in there, all right? So-called Christian dogma, okay? Talking about you can't have multiple wives, you can't deal with multiple women. You already know that they're not teaching that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Now you're telling me that we can't fully hate Esau? Come on, that's complete bullshit. So it's our job as a prophets to expose these guys, the true prophets of the Lord, you know, the apostles and elders. And we're telling you, look, it's not a numbers game. The IUIC has a large congregation, but why is that? Because they created a broad intersection, right? The scriptures tell you that narrow is the way. Pretty much, no, I'm sorry. Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So they've created a really broad path, meaning the doctrine that they speak is to be accepted by a majority of people, right? You teach one, you know, having multiple wives is bad, so you can bring in more women. They're trying to bring in more children. So it's a numbers game, all right, with them, but it's not a truth game. Here at Great Millstone, we're just dealing with the truth. You know, if the Lord said you could only deal with one woman, we'd have been teaching that. If the Lord was saying you can't fully hate Esau, we'd be teaching that, okay? Now, you might say, did not Jacob kiss Esau? Yes, it's a supplant him, right? So when you deal with the so-called white man, all right, Yahweh told us how to go about it, which is to be wise as a serpent and harmless as doves. So pretty much it's like being Superman or Clark Kent, right? So when we out there on the highways and byways, all right, that's Superman mode, okay? But guess what? When Clark Kent, Superman doesn't fly around with his Clark Kent glasses, right? He doesn't do that. Or Clark Kent doesn't walk around with his button open showing the S. You know, there's a Superman mode and a Clark Kent mode. So in your day-to-day life, if you got to deal with Esau, all right, you be in Clark Kent mode, all right? And use wisdom, you know, be subtle. Because you know what? The so-called white man is very subtle. You know, you got KKK members, all that straight up hate Jake. Well, guess what? They deal with you very cunningly. You know, they smile in your face. But we know through the truth, it's you know, that this man has a forked tongue and he's a devil. But a lot of these Edomites operate that way. So how we do the same shit. You know, why would you you know, if you're trying to get a job interview, for example, the person interviewing is an Edomite or heathen, you know, you letting them know that you fully hate them. That's stupid. That's like these guys trying to say, you know, we should wear our fringes 24/7. This truth is also about using discernment and wisdom. So yeah, look, you know, when I go out there, of course I'm a raise hell and let, you know, everybody know what the scriptures say concerning this man, right? But if I'm in my day-to-day lives, what's the point of, you know, your boss saying what's up to you? No, fuck you, devil. That's dumb, you know, that's just fucking stupid, you know. So just because we do that doesn't mean or take away any less hatred that we have for this devil, all right? Because we still remember what he did. You know, we remember the sins and iniquities of his fathers. The sins and iniquities of his fathers is what put us in this position. Well, the Most High used them, rather, okay, for our fuck up, all right? But the Most High still used them. You see, that was the sword that King David speaks about in Psalms 14 and 17, or 17 and 14. You know, so yeah, that the Most High used this devil, and not only that though, this devil took it overboard. See, that's the thing right there. You know, you know, I always use this comparison. Like, if you were to get, you know, jail time, and you have a security guard, okay, that, you know, puts you in prison, that security guard couldn't just hit you over the head with a baton whenever he feels like. And that's what the so-called white man has done. Okay, he's took it overboard. All right. Yeah, we were meant to, you know, serve our enemies. All right, but again, this devil took it to the extreme to where we're gonna have to. There's a lot of get back. You know, there's a lot of get back, and we do have hatred for the so-called white man. But guess what? And we're saying so-called because, again, we're talking about Esau, Edomites. All right, this is not a skin color thing. This is a nationality thing. We hate black Edomites, Chinese Edomites. All right, Edomites as a whole, all the 17 nations. All right, but so-called white man, namely the so-called Jews, at the head of it. See, there's an order of the hatred, but the hatred is still there. Why? Because that hatred is there for us. Okay, when you look at them pictures of them cargo slave ships and you see us stuffed up like sardines in those ships, that took hatred to do, you know, and they did it with very much passion and enjoyment. That took a great deal of hatred, you know. So you now in 2023 are gonna tell us we can't fully hate this devil? Well, my answer is like, fuck that. No, I'm gonna try my best to hate this devil. I'm being sarcastic. Of course we hate this man, you know, because as long as this man has rulership, Yahweh Shah is not in rulership. So why would I not be pissed off to the utmost extreme here? You know, so again, the IUIC teaching more bullshit, teaching more madness, teaching some Stockholm syndrome shit. Nah, man, you know, we hate this devil. We hate this. I know I do. I know if you truly, there's no way, because the scriptures tell you when the wicked beareth rule, the people are in mourning. All right. And the scriptures tell you that the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. All right? And oppression maketh a wise man mad. So this oppression that this devil is giving you, okay, should be pissing you off, making you angry, making you hate him. Okay? And if you want to say, okay, we're not oppressed, you might not be, but our people as a whole are. Okay? Because I know he's going to say, okay, we go to the enemy for the want of all things. But that doesn't disregard that you should hate the man that you're going. That you should hate this devil. Okay? What? Because I gotta go to you for all things and I gotta love you? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I guess next thing they're gonna start saying is, you know, because I already know they're on this tip for the longest, building their own shit, building their own college, and building their own this. That's not what we're meant here to do. Okay? We're not meant to build up the kingdom here on earth. Okay? Yahweh Shah is gonna come back and do that. And we're going to be joint heirs with him. He's going to be leading the charge after this one is destroyed. Pursuant to the book of 2nd Ezra, all right, 6, 7 to 9, all right? So that has to take place. Until then, every single day the scriptures tell you pray without cease. Pray for what? Pray for the downfall of your enemies, pray, blessings on the brothers, all right? But we should be putting curses on this kingdom, all right? And expressing the pure hatred that we have for this devil to the Most High. Why? Because the scriptures tell you that the brothers up there right now, they're crying, man, because there's a lot of innocent blood being shed, all right, here in America. When I say innocent, I mean unjustly, you know. So-called white man is issuing our judgment upon our people very covertly, you know. And yes, at the end of the day, the Most High is using him, okay. But that still doesn't mean that you can't hate this devil for what he is, which is a devil. He's a snake. He's a serpent. What the fuck is there not to hate about this man? Okay? Look at the way he's run the planet Earth. So here it is, the trees, the animals, the Earth itself want this virus to get rid of, but we can't 100% hate him? Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about here now? You see? So, these wayward, blasphemous, bullshit doctrines that these guys are coming up with, they're just meant to be the false prophets, meant to steer those away that the Most High don't want. And clearly, there's a lot of members in the IUIC that the Most High is not dealing with. Okay, I'm not saying that every single person over there, all right, because you have the elect scattered all across Israel, no matter what camp. If you have the Lords, you have the Lords, all right. But if a majority of the people are falling to that deception, which, you know, that's the scriptures tell you, they lay captive silly women. A lot of that too is they got them women believing that shit. And a lot of them dudes, they joined in that camp, to be honest, for the woman. You know? That's how come when they showed their Passover, why would they put woman at the front? And they was trying to be slick, but they gave you a woman every type. They gave you a black woman, a Latin woman, and whatever your type is, you know? See, we got that here. So Nate is a very slick individual. You know what I mean? I see Revelations 3:18. We have the eyesight to see through what this man is doing. All right, how he's trying to build it up. He's building up in a way of like, you know, there's partying, there's raps. You know, you could get dreads, you could line your shit up, you could do whatever you want to do. You know, hey, for the woman, don't worry, the man only has one wife. Bring your kids along and shit like that. That's what it's really more geared to. But they don't really get into the deeps and the nasties of the scriptures. All right, and really, the deeps and the nasties is just revealing all truths of this Bible. All right, and that's what you get here at Great Millstone, 100% raw, uncut, unadulterated truth, man. And that's what it should be about, not your feelings, okay? Not leaning on your own understanding, as the scripture says, but what the scriptures say. What the scriptures say, how through like precepts I get understanding. That's in the book of Psalms 119. All right, so there's many different precepts letting you know that the Most High hates this devil, and we should also hate this devil. All right, I love who the Most High love, and I hate who the Most High hates. It's that simple. That I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Hakodash. God belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. Akim to Sadakim that do this in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.